that was a lot.
Yes.
It was really good. Like I said, I think it's just going to have to marinate in here for a little
Yes.
bit, but I feel really good about this.
Hey, it's David, and I use tarot astrology and numerology to help people connect with their life path and their true purpose in this life. Today, we're talking with Summer from Australia and having an eye opening discussion on what her life path is. If you'd like to work with me, check out the links in the bio.
The first question I have before we go into it is like, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, how connected do you feel with your life path or life purpose?
I think I'm on the right path. I'm not sure. I might need to take a step to the left or something.
Current disconnect or current areas that are missing?
I feel like it's, how do I explain it? Not quite as impactful as I'd like, not quite as
Yeah.
long lasting or worthy. I feel like there's something more that I'm missing.
First, I wanted to go through some of your tarot because you got like 5 major arcana cards as I did a reading for your life path, which says that should be
Wow.
that's very important, or you've got lots of messages from spirit guides or guardian angels weighing in on this. So one thing from your astrology, and we'll get into a lot of as we go into this, is you have lots of great energy. But one thing it says, if you're familiar with the cardinal fixed and mutable energies at all, it's like, so every season has 3 months. The first month of the season, that's like cardinal energy, which is, get going, new ideas, lots of ideas. The second month is taking action or getting things done. And then the third month is wrapping it up and then being comfortable with change, right? Because you're going to change seasons, right? So in your astrology chart and report, you don't have a ton of the middle energy, the fixed energy, the get things done energy.
You're right.
You've got a lot of ideas energy, and so it says, you like to flit from one thing to another, finding it difficult to settle down. You may enjoy change, although you lack the stability needed to see things through.
All right, that's just getting too personal.
Too personal. I see that in your tarot cards, which is the main, the current situation right now is the sun. Whether you feel like you're on your life path or finding it and being on it is super important to you, because the sun is where you want to be seen, how you want people to see you. But the obstacle, challenge, bearer, the card next to it is the 7 of Cups. So this is having many options, but being unsure as to which one is the right way to go, which I think relates to this, fixed energy, like, flitting back and forth and so forth.
And just tying that in with my astrology, I'm a Libra, so making decisions, not a strong point.
Yeah. So the Chariot is really all about, like, I call it herding the cats, right? So you have some, we'll go through other charts. You have so much energy, so many positive gifts. You've got a 6 of Pentacles with some of your gifts in there. So you've got, kind of like the buckets of things. You feel like I've got all the puzzle pieces that I need. I just can't quite get it together and get it moving me in the right direction, if that resonates with you. There is a slight other twist in yours, which I want to go to, which I really hadn't seen a whole lot, but I thought was interesting for you to ponder, think about. I don't know if you do meditation or journaling or anything like that. So there's this, in astrology, there's this idea of the North Node. So the North Node is, what is the lesson you need to learn in this lifetime? Your North Node is in Taurus, which says this is a quest to overcome your distrust of change, to develop creative outlets for your intense emotions, and to avoid hitting out at loved ones. These attributes plagued you in this life because of suffering and traumatic changes or endings in past lives, which left you deep emotional wounds and a feeling of being cheated. In learning this life's lesson of trusting the process of change, you will develop a newfound sense of peace and stability.
Wow, that resonates very, very close, I think.
Oh, really? And the other one that I attached to that from your numerology, which we'll do. So you had one of your karmic debt numbers is a 13. And it says, when you see a 13 in your calculations, in your previous lives, you were frivolous, excessive, inefficient, or unreliable in some things.
Yeah.
Now you can correct and become happier than you've been. This is why the case for you, the primary challenge will be to pull yourself together to bring the harmony to that number with exceptional self-control and honesty. I don't know if that resonates with you.
Yeah, it does. It does. Especially when I was younger, I was quite frivolous and, just very flippant about things. But the older I've gotten, I do realize, hard work. Yeah, it does. Yeah. exactly what I'm looking for.
Yes. If you're contemplating going in different directions or making some changes, there's going to be some hesitation, right? Well, will the gain be worth the short-term loss or the pain, whatever the case may be? And some people stay stagnant in that energy for years or decades. But if you choose to go down that path, what this says is you will surprise yourself with how strong you are to be able to get through any obstacles or challenges.
Yeah, okay. I really need to hear that today, actually. Very much so.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's almost like, so I've actually explained this to someone. It feels like I'm swimming upstream, but I can't work out who's turned that tap on.
Yes. Yes.
That's kind of how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, David, all the food for thought right now. And then I just, as I said to you, like I'm glad that other card came up, because I was starting to hesitate whether I should or not. So I think that's what I'm missing.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, wow. Oh, David.
This is very different than you expected.
Honestly, I don't know what I expected, but I feel like it's what I needed to hear.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. I completely, like, you learnt what you needed to know to get you to the next step, and now you're at the next step.
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah, got it. Yeah, for sure. No, that's wow.
I love those energies, and I always speak for these because they tend to be like the forgotten ones that may not even pop up in astrology charts reports. I'm like, that's like the big picture. That's what we're all here for. Like, what are we supposed to do? What are we doing here? You know? I
mean, I can see why people might shy away from that, because ultimately you have to reflect really on who you are, which is scary.
Yes.
I can see why people don't want to look at that, but I'm not like that. I want to look. I want to get better. I want to, improve and happy and
You are familiar with the darker side of life. Your challenge is to rise above the negativity and use your resources for the good of others.
Yeah, I can.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you it takes a while. Like, this was all written. You could have had this the day you were born, leaving the hospital.
Yeah, right.
And hindsight, it's like when we had our kids, like, we're in the hospital a couple of days. Like, I did all their charts and reports because they can't talk. So I'm like, I want to know these kids and know what's going on with them before they can talk to me, tell me who they are. But these are books about you that have been just sitting there waiting for you to come find them.
All of that lost information, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Well, even better, learning it today.
Yes.
Like, that's the first step, I think. So that's great.
But was this at all helpful for you?
Yeah, very eye-opening.